Welcome to Recap King. In this video, we will explain the Super Deep. This movie tells the story of a small research team that went down below the surface to find out what secret the world's deepest borehole was hiding. What they have found turned out to be the greatest threat in history, and the future of humanity is in their hands. What is the secret in it, and will they be able to survive? Let's find out in the Super Deep. The Super Deep began in 1984. At that time, a Russian epidemiologist named Anna Fedorova was testing a vaccine she was developing with her research associate, Dr. Zadov, without preliminary or animal testing, which led to the man's death. Even though Dr. Zadov volunteered to test the vaccine on himself, Anna still felt guilty. Anna was determined to continue developing a vaccine, even though someone asked her to stop and thought Anna's efforts were just in vain. The scene then switches and shows Anna celebrating New Year's Eve with her family and friends and congratulating Anna on being able to quickly develop a vaccine after the incident that killed Dr. Zadov. Anna then received a call from a colonel named Yuri Morozov, who informed her that they were going to the Kola Super Deep borehole soon. Colonel Morozov also told Anna that there had been an accident at the site that made 20 people missing. Mysterious voices of unknown origin are recorded deep beneath the surface just before the accident. The reason Colonel Morozov assigned Anna to that place was because, according to a report by one of the scientists who were there was an epidemic of a deadly disease that had spread, so Anna was assigned to take samples and make the vaccine. Long story short, Anna, Colonel Morozov, and troops led by Major Sergei Makiev were flown by helicopter to the ice-covered facility in Murmansk. After landing there, their helicopter is suddenly approached by a man wearing a lab coat who refuses to obey Sergei's instructions. Despite being shot several times, the man continued to head to the helicopter, where he eventually detonated a grenade, killing himself and causing minor damage to the helicopter, as well as injuring the passengers. Anna then approached the man's body to take a blood sample and will test it in the lab. Drilling workers said the dead man behaved strangely from the moment he reached the surface, before finally snatching a grenade from one of the soldiers who were monitoring the site. Anna is then told by a man who works at the drilling rig that the scientists have lied and denied that a deadly disease is spreading. But according to him, indeed something had happened in the research facility down there, which the man referred to as hell, but he didn't know the details. Anna, Colonel Morozov, and his troops met with the deputy head of research of the facility, Peter Kuznetsov, and also Dr. Grigoriev, the scientist who reported about the outbreak of a deadly disease in the facility. Together, they entered the elevator that would take them all the way down to a depth of 12 kilometers to the center of the research facility. However, an incident occurred in the elevator, where suddenly Dr. Grigoriev increased the pressure as they were about to arrive, leaving Anna and the others short of oxygen and unconscious, while Dr. Grigoriev, who managed to put on the oxygen mask in time, fled with the elevator keys. After everyone wakes up, Peter informs that their current location is at a depth of 5 kilometers. Because the lift is out of order, Peter suggested using another lift in the area. In addition to the elevator, Peter informs that there are other elevators leading to the research center or back to the surface. However, to get there, they must wear protective suits because the temperature reaches more than 200 degrees Celsius. Strolling through the facility, they find an engineer named Nikolai and a female doctor named Kira in the cafeteria, who were left behind during the initial evacuation. While they still haven't found any sign of Dr. Grigoriev, who ran away, Anna then conducted tests on Kira and Nikolai in the medical lab, and they did not show any signs of infection due to the news of an outbreak of the disease in that place. Anna concluded that Dr. Grigoriev may have taken all the samples confirming a deadly disease outbreak at the facility and for whatever purpose. Anna then asked Colonel Morozov to bring her back to the surface, because she thought her job was done because she found nothing there. Anna then met Dr. Grigoriev, who begged to evacuate everyone else to the surface through the tunnel. However, he refused to give the elevator keys. Anna then shouted for the troops and informed them of Dr. Grigoriev's whereabouts. Troops immediately came and shot Dr. Grigoriev. He got injured and fled in an elevator. Colonel Morozov then asked Nikolai to stop the elevator from the outside, but the man said that the elevator could only be controlled from the inside. They also have no other choice but to exit through the tunnel. A group of soldiers, led by Igorov, are wearing protective suits and will go out through the tunnel to find Dr. Grigoriev and take the elevator keys. However, when the door leading to the tunnel was opened, they found a woman not wearing any protective clothing from inside the tunnel. The woman's name is Olga, a lab assistant. Olga was then taken back to the medical lab for observation and medical tests, while Igorov and his team resumed their mission to the tunnels. Olga showed symptoms of a fever, but she stated that she was very cold. When Anna checked her back, How shocked Anna was when she saw Olga's back was covered with a parasitic growth like a fungus, which Anna immediately took a sample. Anna stated that the type of fungus that was on Olga's back was the most dangerous type. Anna then suggests that they isolate Olga to a safer place. When Anna and Kira were about to move Olga's body, which was lying on the floor, Anna suddenly felt something and said that she would go out for a while and asked Kira to stay there. Anna apparently had a panic attack and recalled the painful trauma of her colleague who died after she injected a vaccine that had not yet passed the trial stage. After that, Dr. Grigoriev announced over the intercom that he had no choice but to seal them all inside the facility, as they had not fled to the surface through the tunnel. Dr. Grigoriev then caused an explosion that damaged the facility's pressure pumps and would cause the facility to collapse within hours. Upon returning to the med lab, Anna and Major Mekhiv find the walls covered with mold with Olga half melted to the floor but still alive. Olga then releases a cloud of spores. Fortunately, Anna can get a gas mask, but is soon attacked by Kira. Having been heavily infected and mutating in the same way as Olga, Anna discovers that the mold dies when exposed to cold and uses a fire extinguisher to leave the med lab and decontaminate herself while Major Mekhiv is already showing signs of infection. Anna then discusses the situation with the Colonel and explains that the fungus cannot survive the cold conditions and the icing surrounding the facility prevents it from spreading. The only way a fungus can survive is in a warm body, but if the host dies in a cold environment, the fungus will die too. As Anna and her team prepare to go to the surface through the tunnel in protective suits with the infected Major Mekhiv, they receive a radio broadcast from Igorov, saying that he and his team are being attacked by something large and terrifying. Igorov then asks them not to open the tunnel door leading to the lower level, even if it was him and his team. Gunfire rang out shortly after, and only the two soldiers returned saying they found something large, bulletproof, and now knew where they were. The last soldier returned without a hand and slit his own throat before the tunnel door closed. Major and the soldiers decide to stay behind to fight whatever is chasing them, while Anna and the others descend, trying to escape via an elevator which the system has been rigged by Nikolai. Using the elevator, Anna, Nikolai, Peter, and Colonel Morozov manage to reach the lower level. Anna and the others then arrive at a room, where they find a recording of Dr. Grigoriev who explained that the fungal parasite originated millions of years ago, but its spread was stopped during the Ice Age. According to his research, Dr. Grigoriev concluded that the fungal parasite not only controlled the host's body, but also brought together other infected hosts, forming a new, larger, and more terrifying species. Anna and the others found a wall of infected, melted together, and killed by the cold. In the recording, Dr. Grigoriev stated that he was determined to close the facility and keep the fungal parasite a secret from the outside world, so that the disease outbreak caused by the fungal parasite does not spread to other places because it is very dangerous. After listening to Dr. Grigoriev, Nikolai informed that it was very hot outside with temperatures reaching 200 degrees, and to get there, they had to wear a protective suit. However, all the protective suits appear to have been sabotaged by Dr. Grigoriev, so that no one could escape. But Anna finds one protective suit remaining, and Colonel Morozov decides to try to retrieve the elevator keys that Dr. Grigoriev has. While waiting for Colonel Morozov, Anna, Peter, and Nikolai agreed that even if they made it back, they should not tell anyone about the fungal parasite, because someone would eventually try to research it and could endanger all life on Earth. After a long wait and Colonel Morozov not coming back, Anna decided to follow him. Anna found the colonel crawling towards her, but then fell down and died. Anna immediately took the key that Colonel Morozov managed to retrieve. But before she could get out of there, Anna took off her mask, and for the first time, Anna saw the true form of a parasitic monster that infected everyone in the research facility. After Anna returns, Peter forces Anna to give him the elevator key and threatens to shoot Nikolai in the leg. Peter wants to return to the surface and become famous for discovering the mushroom species. Anna gave Peter the elevator key and they all went back upstairs. Hearing the sound of a monster moaning from a distance, Peter then told Anna to check the situation first before getting out of the elevator. While heading towards the elevator that would take them up to the surface, Anna found a gun and took it. Anna then returns and asks Peter about Nikolai while he pointing a gun at her. But before Peter can kill Anna, he is instead attacked by a huge monster, made up of screaming infected hosts, all of whom have fused into one monstrous organism. Anna rushed away from there and hid in the cafeteria freezer, and splashed her whole body with cold water before running to face the monster, and took the elevator key from Peter who had been absorbed by the parasitic monster. Anna finally finds Nikolai, and together they barely escape the creature's attack, and head straight for the elevator that leads to the surface. They use the elevator key to begin their journey back to the surface, and find Major Mekif has turned into a parasitic monster and melted to the floor. Major Mekif pleads with Anna and Nikolai not to go to the surface as it will cause the death of all life on this planet. But Nikolai insists on escaping from the facility, no matter the cost, and violently fights Anna over the elevator control. At the end of his life, Major Mekif saves Anna by stabbing Nikolai in the neck, killing him. Anna then kisses Major Mekif before the man completely transforms into a parasitic monster. Anna tries to stop the elevator by entering the wrong code, but her attempt failed, and the elevator finally reached the surface. Anna, who is now infected, is then dragged away by a group of teams wearing hazmats. When she is brought to the surface, Anna steals a grenade from one of the soldiers wearing protective suit and forces them to remove it. When Anna is outside, in the freezing cold weather, and surrounded by soldiers, Anna then pulls the pin on the grenade to kill the fungal parasite inside her, and keep the existence a secret for the safety of all life on Earth. The film ends.